a limitless mind. But life is very funny and has quite an, the irony, because you'd find that some people, the more they get older, the constrictions, and that's what happens. Sometimes other people will thrive from their challenges, and others will become, enclosed or cocooned because of what they're going through. Those are very interesting dynamics. So from where you're sitting and everything that you have experienced in your young life, given if right now you go through some things that may make you feel like you need to retreat, or you may feel like maybe it will change my personality, how would you look at that from a leadership angle?
I can say I've actually been in a point where I was like, ama niache tu. Ama we just decide, because I'm wondering, it's leadership, you're helping people, and I'm like, I could actually just live a normal life, wake up, go to school, and go back home, and just decide I'm not going to do this anymore. But it takes the mind also. It takes, I have friends who I talk to, and when I feel like I can't do this anymore, I feel like it's actually too much work. It takes the mind. I know I'm going back to that and that again, but it takes constantly taking care of your mind, because it's your mind that can be able to. And
how do you do that?
It's by having conversations with friends. Not, when you're going through something and then you keep it to yourself, that's the more likely you'll get depressed, and then that's actually how it ends up to suicide, when you can't be able to feel open. And maybe if you don't have those kind of friends, in schools there are avenues of help. We have the peer counseling. We have it's called the wellness center in schools. So just take up the courage. It takes you to help yourself, because no one is coming. No one, even if someone holds you and pulls you, but you're not willing to come out, then you'll never come out. So it takes yourself. It takes yourself to realize, what problem do I have? Is it financial problems? Knock on all those doors until you become a nuisance. That's up to them, but at least you've done something for yourself. Because if you just sit around, no one is coming for you.
Interesting.
No one is coming to pick you up. So it just takes, so especially on mental health, when you feel like you're overwhelmed with stuff and you feel like you're stuck, because when your mind is not doing well, you get stuck. Tafuta usaidizi. So
do you have leaders right now, in Kenya in general, that you look up to and you admire? And
is Rebecca Tonkei, our women rep. I just love that woman. I know she has gone through her own challenges, especially to be a leader in the Maasai community, and to be able to thrive. Yeah.
Okay. So those are some of the leaders that you go through because of their determination and how they're formidable.
And their resilience.
Right. Okay. Now, let's take a look at how do you see, if you were to enter any form of leadership in government, what would you change or do different? Just at your level, just like this. We're not talking about the future. We're not making it complicated. Just at this level, what would you do different?
I think it's giving opportunities, giving yourself. What I'd do different is I don't look like I'm pointing fingers, but put aside the greed. Put myself aside and know that, because when you help people, they will also help you back. So I think it's also, I would just give myself and remove the greed, because people get, just as you have said, people get in and change. And I really hope that I don't change.
So how will you know? You see, that's what I was saying, So I was asking you, how would you know? You see, I don't think, let me say some people, I don't think their aim is to change. Whatever we're talking about, quote unquote change, can mean a lot of things, especially when it comes to power, right? So your exposure, understanding, and at this point anyone's, it can determine how their character is affected once they're in a leadership position, right? So that's what I was asking you, if you found yourself there, would you be sure that you would not be affected?
I would not be sure, but one thing for sure is I will work on myself daily. There's something that we used to do in high school, and they used to teach us in the CU. There's a verse that says, create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit in me. So it's constantly checking yourself, because if there's one thing about the heart, it's wicked above all things. We all want things for ourselves, but it takes me asking myself in the evening, that thing that I did I do it because I want to do it, because for myself or for the people? For example, after the event at KICC, I was given an opportunity as the Magal Foundation to take 10 girls to the US Embassy for them to explore the options that they have and the opportunities. And after that day, I was asking myself, when you are taking these girls to this embassy, was it because you wanted to shine, or you want them to shine, or did you just want something for yourself?
Yeah.
So I keep on asking myself these questions.
Ulijita mkutano.
Kila siku tu I ask myself so I can check, because literally you can sleep. There's some things that I do and I'm like, hapo akisema kweli hapo nilijitakia. It takes constant reminding myself, why am I doing this? What am I doing? And it's actually personal effort.
So, you know, and I like where this is going, because we'll still go back to what I asked you at the beginning.
Yeah.
How then is leadership looking for young people in present day? You know, there's a lot, because one of the things that came out, for example, of the June protest is the character, quote unquote, of young people. Formidable. They're young people who know what they want, and they're very daring. But in the same breath, there's also the other side. You know, these people are stubborn. They don't seem to understand. They don't seem like, there's the negative perspective also of what Gen Z is, right?
Yeah.
So when you have all those things together, what does leadership look like?
Leadership takes determination.
In 2024?
It actually takes. You reminded me of a scenario. There's a time, of course I won't mention names, but I visited an office of an older guy, and he wanted something from me. He wanted me to be his girlfriend, and he has a family and he has a wife and everything, but they want to use you because you're young and they think you're naive and everything, so that you can get something in return. And that really grieved my heart, because I was like, we're trying to help the community. What do you mean? If we're empowering young girls, then how would you expect me to step down and be your girlfriend so you can help the Maasai girls, or so you can help the Magal Foundation? So it takes determination. It takes when you go through things, when people throw words at you, especially for the Gen Zs. Maybe you go to an office and they just say, this is the Gen Z, the vision. They think they know everything. They are a know-it-all. It takes you just reminding yourself, who am I? You know, why am I doing what I'm doing? And it means nakumbukanga tu when I go home, I just write it down again. I journal a lot. So I'm like, why am I doing what I'm doing? It starts with what is the reason behind it?
What's your why?
Yeah, what's your why? So it takes a lot of determination. Actually, you just reminded me of the challenges that are there.
Okay. Yeah, so let's take a look at you as a woman, as a young woman, navigating a field. Like we've kept saying throughout this conversation, you're representing a community, yes, mostly women in general, but then men and women in this particular aspect, because it's leadership, right? So what are those challenges that you go through?
The first challenge is what I just mentioned, where older men want to take advantage of you for you to get what you're looking for. Same thing as those who are looking, maybe you knock on a door and you want scholarship, and they tell you, for me to give you this scholarship, you have to have sex with me, or for me to give you this job, then I have to be getting something in return. There's that. And number two is when there's still stereotypes in the community who think women cannot be leaders. And when you come out as a leader, they label you things like you're bossy, or you're just being too much, you know, and they give you names, and they think you should be contented with the little that women have been given in the past, not looking at the fact that the world has changed, that we're in a different world, we should be looking at it in a different perspective. So there's a lot of challenges that come as a woman in leadership, but I still believe I'm a very positive person. By that, I don't know if you've noticed, but I still believe that in as much as there's all those challenges, the future is bright. I mean, what else is stopping me? I can't let other people's words or other people's perspectives block my own leadership journey. I decide that it's me, it's my mind, so I'm going to keep moving. So whether are you with me or are you against me? So if you're against me, then I leave you behind and I keep on moving. Or if you're with me, then we go together. Okay.
Now, there's this terminology which is quite common and popular, with women can be their biggest enemies. Especially when it comes to aspects of progress and the like. Have you gone through anything that resounds with that phrase?
Yes, actually, yes. Because I don't know, it's when there's a kind of jealousy, or they're like, why is it you and not me? Not looking in the way. For example, you'll approach other women in the community who are doing what you're doing, and you're like, for my idea, maybe through the Magal Foundation, I'll be like, if we come together, we can be able to do so much more. But what she sees is that you're bringing competition to me. You know, if I give you a chance, that means that mine might actually go down. So it's that aspect. And also for women, when you see another lady doing well and you're joining the other crowd to say they're bossy, you start speaking about them in a negative way. It goes even on social media. You find out one woman is being bashed on social media, and you as a lady, you're just there, you know, with all your senses, and you're typing, and do you think we'll go anywhere? You're bashing one woman who's decided to come out as a leader, and you're not supporting them in any way. And then you'll still go out there and say women don't have spaces, women don't have chances. Another thing is political spaces, where there's a woman vying against a guy, maybe for MP or MCA, and you find that other women think, akona kiherehere, mbona tu asikae home like the rest of us, you know? Why is she thinking that she can be in that space? Instead of embracing and saying that one of us is actually in this space, let's vote for her and get her in and see what she can do. Yeah. I
see. So how do you surmount all that, especially when you know that there's all this? So you're not delusional, right? You're not delusional. Now you've gone through things that have made you realize that it's not a walk in the park. I don't always get what I want, and the challenges are actually more, you know, than the benefits. But once, actually, it's a thin line. You know, it could be. It's let me not say one is more than the other. It's a thin line. So now that you know all this, what are you more conscious of?
I'm more conscious of myself. I keep on working on myself, because one, I know that I'm human, so I can drown in this fame, I can drown in these opportunities and in all this. And number two is also building myself and building connections of people who can be able to help me. And number three is remembering why I'm doing what I'm doing. Just reminding myself, constantly reminding myself that leadership is service to the people, meaning without these people, then there's no leadership. Then maybe you're calling it leadership, but without these people, there's no leadership. So reminding myself constantly that I have the burden of the people, and there's obligation that I have to fulfill to these people. And of course, I want to look back one day and say that I didn't waste time, you know. I can see changes, tangible change in the community, and that people can look back and say, we are glad that she took up that step.
I see. Well, Tamari, thank you so much for, you know, of course, having this conversation with us. It's one of those conversations that most of the time you have to look into an individual's journey, especially in leadership. And in this perspective, because you are our subject, and what you do and how that highlights what it takes to be in a leadership position, especially in our country in present day. It looks like many things, very, very, very many things, especially now that we are living in such a historical time. So let me say thank you for coming. I wish you all the best.
We've come to an end.
We have come to an end.
Oh my goodness.
Just like that.
I feel like there's a lot to talk about.
No, there is, like I said, there is a whole lot more. I mean, if we were to continue this conversation, I think we'd start having a philosophical conversation and go into the politics and go into the economy, because you cannot have this without per se pointing out what's happening and your perspective on the same. I mean, we have different bills, you know, that, you know, our citizens are opposed to them passing. And of course, laws, the Constitution, you know, the impeachment perspective or crisis of the DP. So there's just so much. There's so much to speak about, but thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Any last words for your viewers and anyone who'd want to be a leader?
Yeah, I'd just like to tell you, go for it. There's a space, just do it. Don't wait for someone to come and pick you up. Just start from helping your neighbor, because leadership is service. Start by helping your neighbor, and also join the Magal Foundation. You can come, we can be able to hold each other's hands. You can come and volunteer with us, and let's just give back to the community.
All right. Thank you so much for coming, Tamari, once again. We appreciate you. And you're welcome to come again another time.
Thank you.
All right.
I think next time you should give me 3 hours.
3 hours?
Yeah.
Panga sana na producer uko.
Okay.
Asante.
Thank you.
Right, so we've been having a conversation with Tamari Resiato. She is a youth advocate and of course the founder of Magal Foundation, and we were speaking today about youth and leadership, how it basically looks like in present day, basically in 2024. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Remmy Majala. I'll see you again tomorrow.
Yeah, Mr. DJ.
Lucky.
Anguka now.
When it comes to playing the best music videos, we've got you covered. K24 TV Mix Master. When it comes to a lineup of all the fresh DJs, we've got that too.
Yeah.
Check this out. Caribbean.
Controversy starts from the teacher reader.
Afrobeat. Our famous and infamous Kenyan jam.
By the way, let me tell you mine.
And all the hits from across the globe.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
This is the Beatbox. Monday to Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. only on K24.
We interrupt this program to bring you some breaking news.
Meet the team of undercover teenage spies working for a fictional version of the secret intelligence agency known as the MI9.
It keeps happening!
They had to strike a balance between school life and their job as secret agents.
First day back at school and we're gonna be late.
Shh. MI High. Every Saturday from 10 a.m. only on K24.
Step into a world of emotions, relationships.
Kumbe mama, ulikuwa unafikiria kuolewa tena? Yaani unijaleta kidogo, wewe ni mbaya.
Dilemmas and complexities of life.
Mwanamke hamhitaji mwanaume ili aweze kuwa na furaha.
Love.
Vedika, kiukweli mimi nakupenda sana wewe.
Betrayal.
Mimi nilikupa kila kitu ambacho wewe ulikuwa unakihitaji. Lakini leo umeamua kunidanganya na kuusaliti uaminifu wangu.
And secrets.
Tafadhali usimwambie Sahil kuhusu hili.
Get ready for an emotional roller coaster ride filled with drama.
Sahil wangu yuko wapi? Nataka uniambie Sahil yuko wapi? Siyafanya chochote kile Sahil jamani.
Passion. And unforgettable moments. Don't miss Aapke Ajanase every Tuesdays to Fridays on your favorite TV station, K24.
Agriculture is the engine of economic growth in Kenya. It is the largest contributor to Kenya's GDP. Farming, if well practiced, is a profitable venture. Kilimo na Biashara is a show that seeks to help Kenyan farmers adopt modern farming practices to grow their agribusiness. Join Linda Koskei every Sunday at 1:30 p.m. and 6:30 p.m. as she delves into the best farming techniques and technology only on K24. Follow the champions on the home of football. Watch the latest Man City content exclusively. Full match replays, extended highlights, coaches' interviews.
The target is not to win the Premier League, it's just, okay, next game, try to win it, this is what we have to do.
Players' interviews.
In general, the quality has been high and it's been good.
Behind the scenes and more. Every Saturday at 1 p.m. only on K24, the home of football. Have you watched K24? We would love to hear from you. Send us your feedback on what you like and what you don't like and why. You can use any platform to reach us. We can be reached on Facebook, Twitter and WhatsApp.
Karibuni. Hii ndio bed ya the best local entertainment.
Sitakubali ukalie kiti cha umiliki katika kampuni ya mume wangu.
Tell me where my money is and I'll make this quick and painless.
You don't know what they do to girls like you.
I think it's a bit unfair. Nakujua vizuri sana. Na najua mdosi wangu vizuri sana. Hauwezi akakuandika kazi.
At People Daily, we believe small actions lead to monumental changes. As we commit to a greener future, embrace simple steps, reduce, reuse, and recycle. It's time to go green. Kua Green. Switch off unused lights, opt for reusables over disposables, and support eco-friendly products. A choice, no matter how small, makes a difference. Inspire others with your green journey, and together let's shape a more sustainable tomorrow. Kua Green is an initiative of the People Daily.
The fourth floor. This is the third floor. I present to you the toast princess of 2022. If she is the toast, who is the fav and the third? Viatu mpya na kuweka soro. Ladies and gents, tunachonanga mbila. I need you guys to be careful. I don't know where this is, but there is a suspicious bed sitter. Maina jipondoe. In Kereaine Mathioya, dealing with beauty shop, shirting, earring, eye blow, makeup, cutex design, black henna available at chain, watch setting, battery, thank you. One glance at this photo, you will think there is no problem. Until you get closer and see this atrocity. Rooms available at avoidable price. Do you want us to come or not? The swimming pool was temporarily closed due to the COVID-19 situation. Yo, what's wrong? I can't breathe. You can't breathe? Yeah, I got the COVID-19. Oh no, not the COVID-19. It is the one. Honestly shop. Mama kuna unga. Huwezi jabia uende pale honestly.
Mtazamaji, kwa jina la Baba na la Mwana na Roho Mtakatifu, amina. It's a brand new day, brand new Monday. Mambo yamechange sana nowadays, mpaka baba hampigi kelele the maid, the msichana nyumbani. Think about it. Kitambo alikuwa anampigia kelele maid akikosea, lakini siku hizi baba hampigii kelele maid kabisa. Things zimechange maji. It's a brand new morning on this amazing morning show coming to you live from Nairobi, Kenya. My name is Tony Mwirigi, aka the celebrities host. Imagine this is the only place you'll be educated, entertained, informed, and being inspired. This is interactive show coming to you every Monday to Thursday from 9 to 10, alafu Friday from 8 to 10. Tunakupatia bonge la show, story kadhaa za entertainment, story ambazo zimetrend kwa mitandao. Umeiona lakini haujasikia. Sijui unanielewa, umeiona lakini hujasikia. Hapa tunakueleza alafu tunaichambua, then we take in your feedback. By the way guys, make sure to uko pale nyumbani tutumie feedback, unaochukiwa wapi, tutumie picha ya televisheni yako. Tuambie Tony, my name is so and so, I'm watching from Kilgoris from